Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Crusader Kings 2 as the Zunbil Empire. In our last episode we declared a new series of holy wars over here, hopefully the last ones we're going to have to fight, since this will bring us just up to the borders of Rajputana and Delhi, which is where I pretty much decided that we were going to end our conquests over here. And we also have another war going on over here for this holding, which we are up to 98% in and are about to win, so that should be done very soon now. Let's unpause so that we can let that happen. Up to 99%, we are probably going to get there pretty soon by the ticking war score. So we have two armies over here, and we're sieging the two counties we are taking in this duchy from that leader. That's fine. Actually, I'm going to break off this one and we'll go fight his army there. We're up to 86% in this war against this count, so maybe fighting his army will get us a little closer to 100. Ooh, and we are ill, which is not great. That's okay though. Currently our heir is our 4-year-old son with no special characteristics, so it wouldn't be the best thing that ever happened to inherit as him right now, but I suppose worse things have happened. My son Merwen was bitten by a snake this morning. The brave little fool keeps seeking out danger. We'll have him gain martial and become brave. I've actually only got to 85% still in that. I guess we'll just stay here and siege this holding, since the siege itself should be more than enough to get us to 100 and we can end that one immediately. We got some free tech points from Constantinople, and our concubine is pregnant. Okay, so we could have a better heir on the way. Hopefully a strong genius. We are up to 100% in this war, so we'll enforce demands. So, I actually forgot which county this is in already. It was one up here. Who knows? Either way, it is taken care of. This army we probably aren't going to need to send over to the east. In fact, if we needed more troops over there, we could just raise more closer. Our son asked us for a fief of his own to govern. Well, I would kind of like to pass on the empire to you, son, but unfortunately our traditional succession laws do not allow for that. We'll diplomatically refuse, I guess. So maybe we could do something like grant him the Kingdom of Delhi. If we go on to usurp that actual title, which we... no reason not to, I suppose. We could grant him this whole duchy. Constantinople has kindly donated us some more tech points, and we are no longer ill. Okay. So the immediate danger is averted. We'll hopefully have time to get that new heir. And we have an army of 10,000 attacking us here, which is pretty equal numbers. We'll make sure that we have our best characters in charge, which we do. They are not crossing a river. So I guess we can just leave this up to basically a coin flip, or the chance that we have better commanders in charge. We can see if we can raise any troops from the surrounding counties. Raise 1,200, okay. That is something at least. We'll send them in, see if it changes their mind. They'll be at low morale, but I guess they're gonna be able to help out at least a little bit. We have some neutral troops on the way in, which I'm hoping will not mysteriously start fighting for the enemy side once they get in there. Our own reinforcements are going to be there in a bit over a week, 10 days or so. Fortunately, we might lose our left flank quite quickly here, which would be bad for business. Our half-sister is of legal age, okay. Looks like that neutral army is staying out of it like they should. Oh, and we have mounted a resurgence on the left flank, so we're actually probably going to break them, it looks like. And their center. Which is great news. Our vassal Shah of Khiva wants to marry our half-sister to, just some courtier of his. Yeah, well, I guess so. I don't think we were going to have any other use for her, so that's fine. Our reinforcements arrived. The battle is definitely going our way. And we won. Need to find a new guardian for our son here. So let's see, I guess our Shah of Khiva is not entirely pleased with us, so we'll get some extra opinion with him. We won a siege here. I think we'll just let the army retreat. If they want to come back and try again, they're welcome to. I was expecting the damage to the highest tower in Kachar. Or is that Qatar? Who knows? When the head of Rustam appeared outside the window 50 meters above ground, what should I do with this curious child? Well, he's not especially talented. We are probably not going to end up playing as him. So let's take the chance of making him honest or brave. The possible chance of wounding or maiming. He was wounded. Okay. He'll probably be fine. Alright, we won the siege up here. We're at 100%. We can enforce demands. And let's see. I think we will probably grant this duchy to our son and set him up as a vassal king. But I think... No, actually, I guess we'll just grant him all 3 counties. That seems fine, actually. So... it was this guy, our eldest son. We'll grant him the newly conquered county. We'll include the lower titles. He can do it whatever he wants with them. We'll grant him the additional 2 counties as well. And grant him the duchy and then the kingdom. We need to appoint a new Grand Vizier. If we unpause for a day here, I think we'll be able to just reappoint our son. Though actually he's not even the best person for the job, so we'll just reappoint, or just appoint this guy, our other son. Which is fine. We also need our niece to get educated. Sure, you can do it. So this army can head down here and start sieging this county as well. We are about to finish the siege here, which will wipe out the ticking war score against us, and we have a new heir. A genius. Okay, well, that's better than not being a genius, but still not as good as a strong genius. I wonder if we should probably just accept this character as our heir, though. We'll set our concubine aside. Our wife is unlikely to give us more children. Yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll bank on Nard here being our heir. Unfortunate name. Still though, he's a genius. And he is our chosen heir. Arranged marriage from our vassal Shah of Syria to a random courtier of ours, we accept. Why not? Ooh. And the Caliph, the Abbasids, have declared war on us. Okay. What is this about? Holy War for Fars. Alright then. Well, it looks like we are gonna have to deal with this. We'll raise all the rest of our troops. Okay, we'll get this lot of 22,000 gathered together over here. We'll get this 22,000 gathered over here near the target duchy, or in the target duchy even. And let's see, I think probably most or all of the rest of our troops are engaged in this war. So we'll send this remaining 7,000 down here for reinforcements. And we should have the ability to raise our Holy Order for no monthly upkeep, which I think we will do. Send them down here as well. So that was, what, about 50,000 troops? Or a little more? Or like 60,000 actually, compared to his 40,000. So I think we'll be pretty well favored to win this war at this point. So we'll let our troops gather together over there while we hopefully finish these wars. Okay, apparently our sister has been banished from this satrap's lands for some reason. That's fine, I guess. We did raise a few extra troops over here, we'll just pile them on top of this army. And let's just make sure we're not going to run into any enemy troops over here. It looks like we are going to be just fine. Okay. So this being a holy war, I think if we took him to 100% we would get monetary compensation, which is indeed the case. On the other hand, I think we will probably just take a white peace in the interests of getting out of it as soon as possible, so that we can declare war back on them. We do not have a truce with them anymore. I don't think a white peace will give us a truce with them. So that should be just fine. This satrap has provided me with proof that Mayor Diogenes of Capolac. How did we end up with a Greek mayor? Interesting. I guess he's actually over here in Byzantine territory, which explains it. Okay. Anyway, we do not care about that. Alexandretta has been converted to the Church of Zun faith. Glad to hear it. So this guy, I guess, is the person who joined. So we'll go ahead and get commanders in charge of this army and attack them without waiting for the rest of the troops to arrive there. We finished sieging our target county here. We're up to 63% in that war. And I guess we'll just use this army to go and siege some other land that will give us some war score. For example here. Or we could go fight this army, maybe. Yeah, maybe we'll go fight armies, actually. I think that will potentially end this faster. My son is asking me for a fief of his own. This is my second son, I guess. We'll diplomatically refuse. So I guess we could maybe sort him out with a vassal kingdom as well. Have our whole army gathered together over here. So I guess we could go start sieging some Abbasid lands. We'll delay one of these armies by a few days so we don't take attrition. Okay, we won that battle. And speaking of attrition, we are taking some here in the desert. A lot of it, because the desert is also infested with typhus. So let's try to get out of there as soon as possible. Alright, we won a battle here. We should be able to fight this army somewhere as well. Not here. We'll try this way. Our son is impulsive and seems unable to tell right from wrong. What should I do with my wayward son? Well, unfortunately it'll have to be the strap, I think. Alright, let's see if we can catch them this way now. Seems likely. Won another siege up here. To 31% in that war, but once we get the other county siege, we'll start getting ticking war score. Oh, actually, we won't until we have all the holdings, of course. But still, our half-brother needs a new educator. Doesn't really matter who we choose. I guess we could have used him for opinion, but it's not a big deal. We did not manage to fight this army yet, so we'll keep trying. Definitely don't want them to start sieging back holdings there. We are getting ticking war score for controlling the county. And we'd like to keep getting it. Still not going to catch them. Still not going to catch them. We sieged another holding up there. And we are taking attrition down here. We will move to this county instead. And we have a small-ish Abbasid army up here, which we can probably try and fight. Our daughter is of legal age and became a brilliant strategist. Good for her. And our half-brother as well. Alright then. I think we'll just take this 15,000 without waiting for the rest of the troops to arrive. And we'll head off in this direction, in the hopes of intercepting this army somewhere. Like they're headed down here, so maybe we'll follow, but I suspect some of these provinces have very low supply limits, so maybe it's better if we just stay out of there. Go siege this county instead. We would still be just about over the supply limit there. Maybe they're heading back north, we'll see what happens. The kidnappers overpowered me and made sure I could not call for help by stuffing a filthy rag into my mouth. Luckily, they did not get far away with me. This satrap and the guards managed to free me and capture them. We will make sure they are severely punished. And we have 8,000 Abbasid troops on the way over here. We won a siege is a good start, up to 9% in our favour. And we again didn't catch the army over here, and in fact we are taking attrition because of typhoid fever. So let's just get out of that county as quickly as possible. We are about to finish 2 sieges up here, which would give us another 10 to 20% war score probably. And we're still a way off finishing that. I think a bit more than 20 actually, so that's good. Our son needs educating. So I think this is our second youngest son. I guess we'll... actually, we have 2 wards ourselves, so we'll give one away and educate him ourselves, since he is our second in line to the throne right now. We'll get rid of our 14-year-old son. Not get rid of, that sounds unnecessarily callous. We're not going to put him in a sack and throw him in the river. We're just going to let him finish his education elsewhere. Alright, so these guys are headed over here. We'll follow in that general direction. See if we can ever catch them at all. Ooh, we actually have a slightly dangerous army over here. Let's see, we're in the plains. They are not crossing a river. Okay. Well, I think it would be in our best interest to not fight this battle if we can avoid it, so we'll just send this army straight in here. And we'll send our other army up to the other county. And with that many troops there, we could potentially fight a battle, if necessary. A slightly dangerous number of Abbasid troops appearing in this region now. These 2 armies are in the mountains though, so I think they're relatively safe. Try to keep an eye on them. And we have enough numbers over here that I think we're pretty safe also. When a siege, we're up to 24% against them. But they would not accept a white peace. And now we're taking attrition in here because of typhus. Let's evacuate half of the army from there. And we want a siege down here, which gets us to 31. Okay, well, we're out of time for this episode, so we'll have to leave it here for now and continue these wars in the next one. So thanks for watching, and join me again then.